Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports here, myself Charlie. Reminder before the video starts to please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Now, Saturday is transfer deadline day. It is the 31st of January. And I think this window has probably been a window that has been... The overwhelming term that comes to my mind is weird. There's been a lot of moves rumoured, a lot of moves that we thought were going to happen that just haven't even close to materialised. There's been some moves that I think have gone under the radar potentially. There's also a lot of players with question marks hanging over their heads. And I think leading up to Saturday, it'll be very interesting to see who ends up where and which clubs maybe go in and realise we need this or we need that. I think firstly, starting with my club, Nottingham Forest, which, I mean, our window has been utterly bizarre, to be honest with you. We have let Douglas Luiz leave. He was only on loan, of course, from Juventus. He's gone back to Aston Villa. And I think it's a move that came out of the blue a little bit. I mean, he was supposedly ill on Sunday, so he couldn't play. I think it's fair to say now that illness was probably not the case. All the paperwork and everything was being organised for him to leave to go back to Aston Villa, a club he has played for before with great success. I think Luiz never quite hit the heights which was expected of him at Forest, but wouldn't surprise me maybe in a side with who get more of the ball where he'll be allowed to dictate play more if he does flourish at Aston Villa. They've also been busy with Tammy Abraham. Again, another strange deal in terms of Besiktas paying 11 million to then sell him to Aston Villa. I understand that's how it works. That's not nothing new. That's happened before with Luka Jovic. But just, again, a weird deal. As well, Jean-Philippe Mateta. It's understood that Forest need to match Crystal Palace's asking price for 40 million. It's a lot of money to spend on someone, and I'm surprised because I thought Mateta would want to move somewhere where potentially he's going to put himself firmly in the mix for the France World Cup squad. He's understood to want to leave Palace for that reason. I thought Juventus would be the obvious answer to that problem. However, it's understood that Juventus wanted to pay the deal when it did loan and then pay in the summer. Palace said, no, we want the money up front, the cash up front. That's one that I think will develop in time. Palace's window has been truly bizarre, picked off by everybody, it feels like. Mike Gay going to Man City, a move that I think a lot of people didn't see coming. Everybody thought it was going to be Liverpool would get him in the summer for free. Palace probably wanted some cash, not wanting to let the player leave for free, letting him go to Man City. They obviously have brought in Brennan Johnson. Surely they will be looking at bringing someone in, especially with Mateta leaving. I think the rumours are Sadiki Sheriff was the bidded for, as well as Wrexham, of course. Also, I've done a video talking about that. They probably are looking at options and wondering where they're going to go. Another striker who looks like he could be on the move, and I think will be on the move by the end of the window, is Jorgen Strand Larsen. Leeds have put a £33 million bid in. Where he goes, I don't know. Forest were rumoured to be interested in him. I think with the Lorenzo Luca signing, that probably could be ruled out. But Leeds want him. I guess they want him with a view to if Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who is in great form at the minute, does get injured, then they can have him as a backup and a more than capable backup as they really want to cement their Premier League survival. There's lots of other players out there that will probably be looking for moves. One player that I think is, and it was discussed on Sky Sports when I was watching, is Raheem Sterling. What on earth is going on there? Rumours that Chelsea are going to pay him out his contract so he can then become a free agent. I mean, where he goes, who knows? Part of me thinks the Saudi League, maybe. Part of me thinks maybe America. But I think for a Premier League club, he's not a bad pickup. I don't think he's not a has-been, so to speak. We just haven't seen him play football much recently, which is a massive problem for any club wanting to take a punt on him. I think the so-called top six, their business is done. City, of course, brought in Mark Gay. I don't think that they'll do any more business in that aspect. I don't think United will, unless maybe they look at a Dorgu replacement. He looks to be out now he is out for 10 weeks. Arsenal, I think they'd be perfectly happy. It's been quiet by Chelsea's standards. Very quiet by Chelsea's standards. Maybe they could dip into the market eventually if they panic a little bit. Spurs, Conor Gallagher's their big name signing this window. Are they going to go in again with the managerial situation? You never know. There's not a great deal of talk around Spurs in terms of bringing in players. Are they happy with the squad moving forward? I guess so. They've also got rid of Brennan Johnson, of course, going to Palace. And Liverpool, they seem quite happy. Again, I wonder if with these managers being uncertain, do clubs want to give them the money if they think, well, maybe we might sack you. So actually, we don't want to give you any money because if you bring in all your own players, then we get rid of you. We've created a problem for the new manager. I don't know. It's potentially me being conspiratorial. Like I say, Villa have been busy bringing in Luiz and Tammy Abraham. Two sides, I think, with the injuries they've got going on that many of their fans felt they needed. So, listen, they're both good bits of business. I'm a little bit surprised at some clubs' lack of business, but then I think a fair few sides will be, again, happy with the squads they've got. And also, a lot of clubs went quite big in the summer and probably looking and go, well, we don't need a great deal. Sunderland, for example, probably look and think, we're quite happy with the squad we've got. Newcastle, Eddie Howe has said he's being restricted by PSR. I mean, if you believe that, then so be it. I personally think they're probably being restricted by some very poor signings. Yeah, there's not a great deal else going on. I think maybe there'll be one or two ones that go under again. I'm not saying it because they're my club. I think Forest is still going to be busy. Jose Sarr is another player that's being rumoured. Lewis Dunk's being rumoured as well. It looks like Forest are going to be the busiest club in this window. And yeah, not really sure what to make of it as a Forest fan. It feels like we're bringing in Dykes players. We're going to end up with a squad of players from all over the place. So who knows? There'll be lots of other things, though. Lots of other squads. Not next few days could be really, really big. It's interesting rumours around Cole Palmer. I don't think that'll happen this window, but this sentiment that he's homesick, he's not enjoying Chelsea, he wants to go back to Manchester. Where could he end up? United or City? That's an intriguing one that seems to not be going away. Who knows? Who knows where that ends up? As always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated. As I try and become all about sports news bandwagon. Have a great day.